ladies, let's talk numbers. I just looked at some of the stats and it's like really incredible. You women, black women out here in the United States, y'all dying alone, man, at an alarming rate. Y'all becoming the number one homeless population, growing population in the country, according to the U.S. Census. I looked at some of the census stats. Only 57% of you guys are single. 57%, over half of y'all are single in the United States. And that's all women. That's women, not just women of color. Black women, 73% of y'all are single. 73%. And after age 40, your chances of getting married drop to 15%. 15%. So if you're not married by the age of 40, you only have a 15% chance of being married. And you guys are passing up on guys all day long that are true contenders to marry you. They're true guys that are available, and 53% of the men in America are single. Childless. So you have a chance to have a husband, but you guys are passing up on guys because they don't meet your long list of requirements. You looking for the super good looking Chad out here, but you the one that's supposed to be the one that's a beautiful person in the relationship, not the man. The man ain't supposed to have the beauty in the relationship, you are. So I don't understand why you need a guy that's better looking than you. Because the average woman in America is 5'4", 170 pounds, according to the U.S. Census. 5'4", 170 pounds. So you really should be trying out for the NFL if that's what you're doing. A healthy weight for 5'4" is 110, and the max is 140. So if you're 5'4" or less, and you weigh over 140 pounds, you're fat, you're overweight. I don't care how you carrying it. I don't care if you got a 80-pound ass and 60 pounds of titties. You need to drop some weight. You need to tighten it up. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous that our whole community is being destroyed because you all want to be boss bitches and single bad hoes and I can take care of myself and independent. I don't need a man type bitches. Really? Really? So you'd rather die alone or end up homeless because your clerk job or your secretarial job don't have a pension. So how are you gonna take care of yourself? And after 40, you ain't gonna likely get married. You're not gonna get married. If you don't dig deep down into your femininity, you pretty much can cancel it. Nobody wants to marry a man. To become a boss babe, you have to become the man that you wanted to be. That's what you have to do. And you're passing up on guys who actually were suitable candidates that your father would have approved of if you knew your father, or that your uncles could approve of if you would get them involved in your dating choices. And if you dated with a purpose, you could be married with children, have a large family around you when you get old, and be happy. But I guess that's not happy to you. You better be ran through by 30 or 40 guys by the time you're 25 or 26. Y'all got more bodies than any men that's your age. You passing up on guys that are solid men, that have real jobs, real careers, real futures. You passing up on them because you feel like maybe they ain't making enough money. Maybe they ain't good looking enough. Maybe they ain't tall enough. You've got a long list of prerequisites that you require out of men. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And you single mothers, which 80% of the kids are being born into, black kids are being born into fatherless homes. You really need to step your game up. You really need to get feminine, fit, and cooperative. You really need to lose weight. Get your body right. Not so that you can go out here and party. Not so you can pass up every guy that's trying to get with you. You guys turn down 20, 30 guys a week. 20 or 30 guys a week you turn down. Now I understand you don't want a man that's living with his mom, ain't got no job. But even that man is better than dating somebody that's in an illegal gang, a scam, or a drug dealer, a nigga robbing people for. What kind of future is that? What kind of future is that? That's temporary. You know it is. Even the niggas selling dope know it's temporary. They know they gonna die or go to jail. That's the ending to that story. The bank robbers are gonna get caught. The scammers are gonna get caught. They're gonna take all your property that you thought was so important, that you gave up on a legitimate guy because he might be a little awkward, or he ain't as good looking as you want, or he ain't getting enough money right now. Instead of you trying to be with somebody that maybe has a future. Maybe he's a manager at McDonald's, but maybe he'll be a franchise owner if you was behind him and supporting him as a good woman and a wife. When men get kids, they work harder. Every man wants to be the hero in their woman's life. Every man wants to rescue you from that castle of distress that you're in. And there's so many single mothers out here. You guys owe it to your kids. You owe it to your kids to get a man in their life, because you pretty much guaranteeing failure. You pretty much dooming these kids. Very few make it out of that situation, that single mother home, and become productive and honorable citizens that you can brag on. When people ask you about your kids, you don't want to tell them that they up in prison. You don't want to tell them they selling dope, that your daughter's on the pole at the strip club or on OnlyFans or on porno. That's what a man in your life is gonna say. And y'all passing up on me. You don't even look at the manager at Rite Aid, or the manager at a McDonald's or Burger King, even though that's a respectable job and it pays decent money for somebody without an education or a skill. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with a guy not looking as good as you. There's nothing wrong with a guy not making top dollar so that you can come out with designer shit. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand what is so important that you would sacrifice your life and your kids' life chasing something that you probably never gonna get. None of y'all think y'all fives. But 5 is average, and 5 is a cute, average girl. But I see bitches 200 plus pounds talking about they 10s. Really? Only guy I want you is a guy that want to buck every day and fight with a heavyweight. No man want to fight with no big ass bitch. Big girls want to fight. They like fighting because they big. They used to bowling through people. They linebackers on the football field. Niggas is trying to get through life like a running back. We trying to duck and dodge our way through the corporate world and the legal world and legitimate world, because being legit is way harder than being a criminal. It's real easy to go out and try to rob somebody, sell some dope, pimp some hoes. That's easy shit. The hard shit is putting in them hours, working hard. The last thing you want to do is come home to some big wildebeest fussing because she didn't get enough to eat today. Come on now. Ladies, you need to step back and think about your future. You need to step back, think about your kids. You need to give men a chance to be that hero in your life. You need to give them a chance to build something with you. You need to give them a goal to go after as a father and a husband. They know they got to make it. You have to stop having your standards and your list so long. Stop disqualifying people for the wrong thing. Oh, the guy's pinky finger don't straighten out. Oh, I can't deal with him. Or his ears are too big. I mean, really? But you guys are disqualifying guys every day for just how they look. Just how they look. Never getting to know that, hey, maybe that's a really good person. Maybe that's a really responsible person that could help me raise my children. That could give me something to brag on when people ask me about my kids. Oh yeah, or my relationship. Oh yeah, oh my marriage. Oh yeah, you could brag on that because you got a solid man. You got a man that wants you and your children to succeed. That's going to protect you and your children. That's going to work his ass off 2-3 jobs to provide for you. You won't even give that man a chance. You're going to die alone. Don't do it, ladies. There's no need to die alone. Ladies, I'm recording this one today to try to make some comments on co-parenting and step-parenting, which I'm very familiar with. And I only really want to talk to the ladies that care about their kids. I know all of y'all say y'all care about your kids, but a lot of y'all don't show that. Because if you have a parent that's not in their child's life, you have to substitute that parent. Every child has to have a man in their life. The man is gonna keep your son out of jail. The man is gonna keep your daughter off the pole and from selling pussy on the streets. So you have to have a man, a real man in your life. You gotta understand that if you have children with somebody and they wanna be a part of that person's life, you should embrace that. You should be happy to let them take the kids every other weekend. You should be happy to let them come to the school meetings and be involved in their children's life. Co-parenting is a real thing, and it can really affect your children if you cut off the parent, if you cut off their father. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand some fathers don't want nothing to do with their kids. I understand there's fathers out here that are not reliable and not consistent enough, and you ladies want to take them out of your kids' life. You want them to disappear and be done. Well, then you're still going to have to get a man to come in and help you with your children. You're not built to raise children alone. So you're going to have to look for a stepfather. You have to date with that purpose. That I'm looking for a person not to make me feel good, not to make me happy, because once you have children, your happiness is out of the window. You gave up your happiness when you decided to be a parent. Now it's your duty to make sure that you give those children the best chance to make it in life. The only way you can do that is with a man. The only way you can do it is with a man. You think you a boss bitch raising kids on your own, you giving your kids way less of a chance of being successful in life. Way less. 75% of the people in jail come from fatherless homes. So remember that you have to have a father in the life of the kids. Whether that's the biological father, who you chose, or a stepfather, who again, you're gonna choose. But if you're more worried about your happiness than the success of your children, then I'm not really talking to you, because you really don't care about your children. You don't understand the duties of a mother. You don't understand that once you decided to become a mother, your happiness and your pleasure is way on the bottom of the list, on the totem pole list. It's way at the bottom. First off, you're going to have to get a man. So to get a man, you have to get in your femininity. Men don't want boss bitches. We don't want women who feel like they can compete with us. You need to be friendly and submissive and cooperative and pleasant to be around and good looking. Drop some of that weight. You can't be a linebacker trying to date a running back, because linebackers tackle running backs. Don't no man want to get tackled all the time by his woman? Come on, get real here. You guys know that the majority of women are overweight. All of y'all got a fat friend if y'all not fat yourself. So first thing is get fit. Get fit. Then get into your femininity. Date with a purpose. Date with looking for a man that can be a role model for your children. Now, if you find one that makes you happy, you lucky. You did good. But that really ain't the purpose of getting a man in your life. The purpose of getting that man in your life is so that your children have a chance, a better chance at becoming successful. Sure, there are single mothers who've raised successful children. But again, the jail is full of motherfuckers who didn't. And nobody wants, ladies, the happiest you'll be in your entire life is when you're able to brag about how good your kids are, how good your kids have done. That's when you're gonna be the happiest. It'll make you more happy to brag on your children's success than it will on telling somebody, oh, well, my son, I send him, money for commissary every month. And we go visit him every other month up at the penitentiary. Or, yeah, well, my daughter, she's on OnlyFans. She says, you're not going to tell nobody that when they ask about your kids. You have to think a little bit further ahead than just today or tomorrow. Oh, the kid's small, they got time. No, they don't. They start learning when they start talking. They start learning when they start looking around and asking questions. You need a man in your life to keep your kids on the right track. That's their only hope. That's their best chance of becoming successful. Their best chance. There's nothing wrong with getting a stepdaddy and being submissive to that man. It takes a much stronger woman to be submissive to a man than it does to be it's much easier to be a boss bitch and go out here and work a job and survive. You women are in survival mode. You out here just barely surviving, living check to check. Making emotional spins at the store because you feel a certain way. Instead of putting all your effort, all your energy into making sure your children have the best opportunities available. You can't do that by yourself. You gotta have a man. 90% of you with children, your children are in trouble. They're in trouble because you're still trying to be happy. When you had kids, you gave that up. Your happiness is irrelevant. It really is. Your happiness is irrelevant. I'm not saying stay in no abusive relationship or have some nigga that got you prisoner up in a house. You don't need that. But you need a productive man that's a solid role model for your children. Male and female. Male and female. The stepdaddy is the most popular thing out here now. Especially with 80% of black children being born in single mother homes. Come on, ladies. It's not hard. The hard part is the sacrifice. But once you decided to have a kid, you volunteered for this. You volunteered to give up your happiness, your hot girl summer. You get your mama keeping your kid while you out here fucking niggas that ain't gonna do nothing for your children. You have to date with the purpose of, I want to give my children the best opportunity there is to succeed in life. That's what's gonna make you happiest. When your children succeed, that'll make you happiest. Now understand there's people out here struggling. You might be struggling. You might be out here, look, I don't have no help. I don't have no family. I gotta work to survive. I understand that. But don't concentrate on your career as much as you concentrate on finding somebody to help you. Finding somebody to love you and your kids. And you know how you do that? Every man, like I said, wants to be the hero in the novel. Every man wants to be the knight who pulls up to the castle, the same as the damsel in distress. But if you're not a damsel in distress, if you're a strong boss bitch, who gonna come to save you? Of course you're running across the wrong people, the wrong men. Of course you are. You putting out the wrong projection. You need to put out that, hey, I'm a female, I'm a woman. I understand that a man has to have his ego stroked, that he has to feel appreciated and wanted. Every man wants to feel that way. Hey, I'm the hero. She's letting me feel as if I'm the hero. So as long as I feel that way, I'm gonna keep being the hero. Yes, I'm gonna help her raise her kids right. These are the men you should be looking for, not the motherfucker you think is so cute. And not to say you gotta get ugly, because a lot of guys, most guys are really nice. They really are. I understand, but you guys like the bad boy, the thrill that it gives you. Oh, he fights all the time, and he sells dope, and he run the street in a nice Cadillac. But that's the same niggas beating your ass, fucking other bitches, and don't give a fuck about your kids because they ain't his. You have to be smarter, ladies. You have to really decide in your heart that you want the best for your children, that you care about your children. You can say you love your children all you want, but if you ain't doing nothing to try to make it easier for them and better for them and more opportunity for them to try to give them the best in life and make sure that they're successful, then are you really a good parent? Are you really a good mother? Really? Just because you're keeping a roof over their head and some food in their mouth? Do you think that's what makes a good mother? Come on.